Assalamu alaikum jibir lalu live commence len non tiri bulo bare anata stop mina bayo sur le saje nga suta kacha keja saje nga ta mingoke nimul fana se kacha kulle milia lon ko be banko kan bayo budungo la nga jibe mbi adla nyamende Bayo, so is a request now so that instead of request ni accept and then say kacha call the mini along ko ila flanong call kacha please. So yeah, nim bayole bina kan kachajam ko la mini along ko be hapundi ngalong TikTok alfanan be la TikTok antol fanan san ata amingol kejan natol in the comment section nga kacha idea ngalo mimbe banko kan a lot of things to discuss but inka bayole jibe whether sa soto no on board so that the conversation from both ends. Yeah, so menung kandela kule kacha kanung ularo but ngalong juto network problem on yung nata ji. So purka continue nunje nyanta ka bayo soto de saja na ya different perspective use purka je kanyang kul kacha. But all this thing is purka je kumi mol milyalong ko be wale opposition to give you guys the hope, the necessary encouragement that there are still a whole chances for maybe opposition but ning for that the point that you get yourself demoralized have a kolyala back moving into this election. So this is why kandala nyenta manya na kala kuleti mi alon ko nyenta nyaka sila la nyenta ko discuss la in a way that people will see sense that alata martin na opposition to win na no and alata fana martin na komi baro man say nyinang baro be sila baron kal fo kanelon Kande abu multi mi along ko akatara losing side lede. You remember in 2016 fana guy nangala nyo kan falinduro ka manso atata funga. Alabong kete nyaming no wojel. And I think in 2021 fana the same thing. So as a Kenyan fana munna kairoti kandela bula oppositional fana kono kateke. Katala president ka maybe wasina ken na kairoti bamba bondila nyami. So ngawod al amino muta wale no. Yeah, so menung kandela the regional shift of politics le use kanung ka kandela this will new discourse and lafla nim bayo would la nung kacha bake but bayo maje fulode. All right, so yeah, so nga al nga kandela base la strengths and weaknesses GB ala this past electional milketa so that we can make Kachani Diani no KGB, what are his chances joining Baro as a Minesino Baro Manning as a Minesino position of Fanam. Because coming now Falenu Nyaming Kande in 2016 I chances sort of to be very big, very, very big. Yeah, Mr. Dabo, you let me see. I chances dual chances be dual to Nyami. All right, so bio is here.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yo alimbara. Mga dalam poro.
Inimbara. Bio.
Yes, Imba.
All right, so mbe cool fenge
But
kande
it you want someone to Bagan.
No, yeah. Ya daw. Songo.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Vinyadi.
Me yandron korande.
Alhamdulillah. You okay?
So Bayo,
Yes, Lamin.
Bayo, can the fella tata, fans will, the supporters will mold start to demoralize, thinking that maybe Candela la baro kang as a kikuti mi along ko, barona la mold from Kafunyaming, iko game over. So I think Puruka more put into confidence as to can the simbu mintoleti aning alatafa na minesila oppositional ma anal taba mesila president ma. It's important that we discuss that, so that conversations like this give hope and encouragement to the voters Milialonko be out there and Milialonko bintinity bejiko mollet that will learn the career file oppositional saje ngaman sakunda falino. But ninga nyinkusi fal keta. It can demoralize back. So we need to change the narrative through constructive dialogues like this. Ngamara na kachabe kala wolti jang kodi.
Yeah, ya kunyame, Lamin abe wole nyama. Nakacha abe sembela kulmel na jikodo abe kala kunan neti kuma ya kunyame. Okuna no nyun kono. Yekilim fawol kono le member ko mama Candela bo opposition lo kono ka saka kafu masa kundam be diamla fana na regional politics la also ya funya men aning opposition la chance pour kaje ko ka kato win 2026 anyul be kala ko le melialan ko bimbe kachala wala Ning Lamin Mane Junior, no will be B, and inshallah, be new call be from Ansala Gambe doing the Puria long come Lamini Apunyami. Lamini, come ye member follow Mama Candela Cabo opposition Yago, Kata Kakapu Masakunda. Way many feeling, Fenna me along Banco Duni and the Kalon.
Yeah.
Bari mo kunkilumo ebuke fanke no political party leader di mo nyamu idawra a political party leader along with mo le be koma wo mol me yalon ko wolle be koma wol fanan ye buñi nyanda ka buña soto bakele
Yeah.
o mol me yalon ko wolle be koma you have to show them their value.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean Nibe nyato inyanda kala moldi me yalon ko ibe comme yedale ni menna ye karande menna telemo wala nyanda kala fende me yalon ko nyanda tulo silo to nakan because ye karande menna ye karande because itako you are the leader and itako niaje temu opposition because system me yalon ko wala be caring wo system me yalon ko manta ta ko sanji tan Sanjitang, Ibo system when you oppose, and it is yet still you never believe because that system is fixed, right?
Yeah.
Out of 9 years, 10 years, it doesn't feel at any point Pukataka join President and prove some of the things Milan Goyantaka fix it okay. Now you want the population. You want the people who trust in you, the people who believe in you. Mulmiliano go wala lahatela, mulmiliano go wala diko beta kan. Ite left a kotan kawol dundi sanyu lul kotan kono. Sanyu lul kotan kono. After all what you have told them, after all the MMB for all year. This is one thing me hanon go ntolo karte file demolu nyantaka understand nyantaka baham.
Exactly.
Lamin abala power about Gambia la political bitaka nyami. But one thing is very clear. Bankudul yalonde mina mu the right direction.
Yeah.
Anu Bankudul parallel pour que right direction on you take kanyim banko bondi. Nim momo ya mera comme ibenyim Bankudul ni Bankudul atambito la alors Lamin kunum politico anim bi politico aman killing.
Yeah.
Kunum politico anim bi politico aman killing.
Yeah.
anu aman killing aman ke bulu killing aman killing bulu jama balam kunum politiko buka mane nyamen bi politiko ka mane wala nyam bari bi politiko ala londo ala fahamro me ya longo asen nafa dundi adama dum la balwo kono wala warata dina kunum politiko kunum politiko me ya longo wala be jam anin bi politiko ni eta ye jibe nga wala fo nko kunum politiko ima mellon ku jama bala be je me ya longo wol mantara dum kunum politiko kono bénéfice wol mantara kunum politiko kono bi wo bénéfice wol be bi politiko kono ana nim fengo do mbe fo le pour ya understand very well kunum ñaaji be pour comme kibaro pour ay futa molma kunum a kenyanin bi aman killing
man killing
aman killing amin a kenyanin bi aman killing so wakamina foye wonyenta mila fole membe tarla molu bala membe tarla molu kunto sansa wakamina
anno bayo mela dula kuntu ni tata molje mili alon ko jawrala jamano i critical tanun jawrala system wala domonding e ka fele jawra ye banne pour mol salo mimbe hapundi banko kani banko e bantal this is why media man sia hani tele bon fo ni nata jibe tele bon clean ne benunji bara manka dunia bo le bulole to ntolla man sakunda la flanga minjem wolle je kanu dunia model be develop kanu nyaming mol ma woje wolve nga seno ke nga do ngalla nga sama fanambat bari kami potenting akawale bi wo manke bi nin ko fanke ta jang jara soma science tenting asikeno janim belal news be futala kombol so hani jamno at one point
abika osi fa lawata abika osi is just within second because like dunia be the world has become a global village, you understand?
Yeah.
So ibajela ko like come han ko keta non ko keta any part of the world within a second or within a minute ibajela publish like everywhere because saying internet, social media, print media, electronic media, I could be so in a sense like political education, civic education, formal education, constitutional education. I could be nyogan, I could be so nyandi, wala tina fang kom nunto, ninga politiko jibe, kom yafanya jawra la watu. Ikabubanta balto yeta banta balto. Radio Gambia da malka kibarul kani radio seed. Right? Ndila nyafano kon. But saying ngamune le soto, nga television also. Nga print media also, newspaper be caring. Nara electronic media also, ni various radio household beji, ani radio online television all fana beji. So that we called Sony and the Molele, Arati Nafang Gambia sign fana, Gambia Jama beji, la educational la political awareness for the past 10 years, I'll thought about it, or let's say for the past 15 years, or let's say coming on 2016 cannot be educational menketa. Ninga jibe outmo jamela watu apart from GRTS, come a censorship menke, mojama kela mo jumala Freedom Radio and some other online radios. But sign ninga jibe how many radio station jamala jelebe Gambia. Online platforms damal jelebe Gambia. Individual platforms damal lebe keri many along mol meka findika kumol fo Gambia no leke educate ko la membe keri Gambia banko kan kabo political la karola kata fanna ko tangol la economic la karola nun ko tangol la karola. So all those are things me along awareness create kan. Yeah, by way continue.
Yeah, so comme nyaje menyim fokandro pour Molia understand Nyameng, the atmosphere. Banko kan be Nyameng, Banko Dumon La Famo be Nyameng, and in Molmeli Alon ko be Tlimbali Kekam, Banko kan, Yamuto come go Tlimbali Kekam, Banko Dumon Mantraka long. Be and Ale Kujima Balasunan Yajibe, Utumo Banko kan come Ningi Kiskisiroge, Nimasa Kunda Kiskisiroge, National Audit. ye mol audit utumo akalon ala long Kenya anin bi long Kenya man kilin utumo pour yo kibar sifar sotono akoleta bat bar bi alhamdulillah ala asona lo kibaru kita kibaru ti meli alongo isona hata molu bulu kabirin kayto la karola ko mol meli alongo e boka lamoyro keno isa karanno kayto to mol meli alongo wol kal lamoyro ki wol sala moyno radio to anu amanna da radio la karola say mobile nata whatsapp group nata mol be groupe lo kono ni mol jitala do blal to kasile ka lamero ko min be kede anu nyulbe ngena mo de me ya lon ko na sere jaarol so nyulbe ka je ko nyulbe be tamata anyamale anu nyulbe the rich come to the right people do mo me ya lon ko na because ndaka du banko yaayla wato wati anu ning alpha jamal la kasi. And I will tell you one scenario ntata no sato do to in the provinces that Alpha Doya, Alpha Ning, I mean, Alhamdulillah, Alpha Natara Bunkono, Nakachata. Kevin Nakachata, I come on funny. And that time, during that moment, Wolum called me on Wolum train come. And let me tell you, Munkula would. When you go the President Barrow OIST Yamotol Melsan, OIST Motol. Your mention, right? Along Cabrin OIS model the noise in the social media. Ko, Yamota Mena, the amount as a mention was track to your listen, everybody was complaining about that. Right?
Yes.
So Akuno goes into saying Masakunda open to Dobal, Mary Along of being to the city man track to Soto. Masina Joran Soto, but Masakunda to the Kodosuke, I didn't prove till Dantandro, say if a Bulalo Model and leave a pantin pantina. I hope Kibaro Sotanadile. I hope Kibaro Keba in Manadile. What does it mean? And Radio Tarabule. I did not mar Radio Tarabule. I couldn't go Nany Mobile or Nany Mobile. I couldn't go Suma Mobile, Billahi. I couldn't go Suma Mobile. And look, Nany for it, Nim Walter go say the yard. So can you remember for time? Like, why I get into this discussion, the main topic more about Kakandela move to NPP, but just program in Kayele, about so what I believe.
So bio, I can blame emphasize thing. Obe me itandi kan wolom yindiko grassroots campaign is very important. You understand? So despite kada campaign on print, electronic, and in other media houses, but grassroots campaign also is very important. Come nga long ko dol ka campaign ke through this WhatsApp group only fenkol, which is very important because mo dol beje o information si fal men ka saya WhatsApp group only fenkol aske dol ka ni information o dol bondi wolto aske nyin ke ba ida amoy wolleto wala ke la moy some of these FMs men be connecting molka FM ol men la moy ni radio aska moy wolleto wala ko so all those are information me alon ko they are very educative is more awareness create in community. So those are things that UDP as a party more nyanta wakila of na grassroots campaign and grassroots information sharing and education will kumara bakan.
Yeah. Bayo ngambara ngadunga kandela cool discourse sign. Ho?
Okay, yes, yeah. So let's get into Mama Kande now, Lamin. Lamin, Mama Kande is a politician, and I go home all day, Ninsita platform and say, Mama Kande is not a politician, then this means I'm not fair to him. He's a politician, and I wato soto janne, wato me alonko, amata politiko kono bat, and me ala politik tariko jibe fenne me alonko, msafono ko I gambe na fa fenne la. Then one must give him that credit for moyo bunya diala. As come alpha ya bunya diala, and now kato bunya for moyo diala. Barring 2016, kabrin katre fa kita jam, mama kande kita mo me alonko. Abenu APRC. About the APRC, another functional political party, tola GDC la 2016 nada, so at a kedamod me alonga mankapu coalition, a lota, but alalo anana kimuli mahu body because
Yes.
that was the factor me alongo I am ex-president ya agent boy in the so one must give him that credit from Moyo Bunya Diala, from Moyo Flower Diala, and that will never be erased in the history of this country. We're not talking about Bangladesh history.
Yes.
And so that is something, that's a tribute I have to give to Mama Kande for free.
Yeah.
But now let's look at his decision. I mean, our decision is his democratic rights, Lualia right diala kuru, I la patriotica, I kafu doma and I ponkoke. But now let's talk about integrity, moral, and why we have to talk about that. Do we really have Fondolu? The business is sort of Mama Kandela moral to all a principle and whatsoever. Do we have any responsibility to hold him accountable of this? Yes, we have. Bunya is like wajibole mundolkan. Purka Mama Kandela o nyininka, purka diamu wala. Wajibole mundolkan as a citizen of this country, as a bona fide citizen of this country, because of a very clear evidence, a very clear reason. Mama Kande register a political party in this country, and it becomes the leader of their political party.
Yeah.
So we must hold him accountable. For now, hold accountable of whatever action he did. And now let's measure what I mean. Why Mama Kande get into this alliance? What is the interest there? What is the interest of the country? Minamu Bankola interesting. Minamu at Mama Kandela interesting.
Yeah.
This is something and like I said, Nyaje then modul buka dia. Political nyanda sabat la tonya la kan.
Tonya, yeah.
Ajale nim political ke la tonya kan. Ay femfe wulu waka barakale. Alna political ke tonya kan. Alna bosir tonya kan. Na political ke tonya kan inshallah ning ala ya di fon fenna wallahi wala bekala bankola malot wala bekala bankola that's going to be the blessing of a country. But when are we going to realize this? When are we going to mundumalan to be fahamla?
Yeah, Bayo, Mela Kumukundu. I think ye follow ye diamo that I must also emphasize on that Kafoko Mama play a very crucial role in the Gambian political history. I might start come this year. It went way back. Han Kabrabenung APRC aka contest in various elections. Fanata Fansum Patiolo. But Gambia, I think one thing Nyanta Kamenjibe Wolo Mindiko. I think it is high time Gambian will see ye multi ye political leaders ye scrutinize Kajibe. Why are people forming political parties? Not a group of people coming together to form a political party based on principles, ideas, and ideologies, or based on programs and activities, but an individual load at a political party form, I more invite Wale Naji. I think that create a single person or single-handedly one person ownership of the party. So at the end of the day, menkanake amari kana decision at a timely when everyone is not expecting that individual. Another thing, Mamala decision to join, like you said, it's his political right to join any political party. But how many young people are looking up to Mama as a role model in politics? I mean, Mojele believe Tala a way of politics anaka kuol Kenyame, but Mama Kumol men before about when it comes to economy, when it comes to governance, when it comes to security, when it comes to other areas of development in the Gambia. More believe Tala statement all, more believe in those programs. But at the end of the day, I had 360-degree turnaround to join the very political party I Kumol Dolfo or the very sitting government I Kumol for men. So Ibajalako model. I want to believe there might be Gambian many along at this point, as of today or since yesterday, they were very much disappointed. Or Cabreno Kumomoy, Dolbe man believe Fabekala Fatekala, but Cabraketa, some people become very much disappointed, especially young people. Many alonko, one like a campaign Kai. Many alonka Gambia be crisscross. sa wol dol nata jiben tol na hobbe la nyinkang belief tala but nata na nyinke that went contrary to our beliefs. So
Yeah.
that shows that now young people needs to stand up, let them challenge some political leaders, more especially men yalonko it will ka fintle da mai ye particular for me fire and I'm only invite. So that's the
Yeah.
question that you know more nyanta da men nyininka.
Yeah. So by until contribution no sokoreka dulal min potendi mama la 2016 denga mera mama 2016 mama I move for like a mia lonko is one of the best political strategy Gambia
Exactly.
never min gel.
Mm-hmm.
Yo but you move over nang alnga analyze in two factors.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be mama la individual decision or purka fin. This might be komi molka mi fonun komi ya jamela project kolem nung purka opposition will distract. Time total nung mama kabra findita mol ngamira ya jamele mama sponsor pura lo to distract the opposition's vote. Ya family. And if you look at the 2021 election, imagine ya jame if we are to use Mama Kande as komi alkafoni nyami. This same Mama Kande utole ya jame bondi yang komi molka mifo. Because of our numbers ni nare manka refa mama ibadila ya jamel, not the coalition. So if we are to use that as our argument, it's simple that Buffalo to Mama Latina Yajamam win 2016 election. So why would this same person in 2021 endorse the same person Mia Fundi Katila Nimba Suka? Puruka Kala ala candidate for 2021. Kafala Mole Alcarte Fai Mama Kande. Mama Kande simi linde fe Mama Kande Kamunda Ko. Mama Kande ka ika useless in the opposition to distract the opposition votes. Because what's Mea Mifotama in 2016? And what 2016 is Ajibe in two folds fana.
Yeah.
Mama Mantara work can because of our coalition or Marco can. There is no agreement between the coalition and Mama Kandekafa go independent. So that the numbers you will have will distract the numbers of the ruling party APRC. Womu Mama la miro tikata independent, whatever I knew strategy, I also. But on the other serious, governance frameworks or even opposition sponsored candidates.
Yes.
Puruka run agents. I get that horse raised it so that is a mansakunda la cartel tinya. So ni mama na reke moti mi alonka afindi to wadu la sekono afindi ka opposition so on the cartel tinya. But because of oppositional at that time, the communication on the ground is that mol pasite ya jamel mol lefla bola ya jamekan.
Yes.
Mama man kuno what. But ni mama kuno what no ya jamebe tambilal. And this same mama ngawole je kotege that same tendency I will use in 2026 election on Kadamin Kono Sciententing. That aning barobe dokuala behind the closed doors, whilst baroka kutara opposition kan kanana juna. Ninata juna sekeno UDP will be able to form a formidable coalition because of there is not going to be a major opposition party. Remember UDP distract lano in coalition discussion. So you keep outside. Ila benefits will maybe delay. So but don't come. But baro ya pula kwani mama meta kachala kabiri
Yeah.
mama accused that ika kachale atani mama kachala. But why did mama not join them? Pura
Yellow Gambia like is Gambia every individual man when President Baroka deal whether in the open or behind the scenes. You gotta be very much careful because we time about this closely.
Yeah.
Aning Faba Kartombo Tambita Nyama are fully. Right? European deportation are fully. I Hamad Bala Kumo for Hamad Bay Memphis ko Kana Sonin. Akani mama kandeka nyojel behind scenes. Ako social comment for social media. So this shows that Baro Nina ka fengo for kuloto in the open year pare abaflan. Na chance.
So now guys, let me comment. I really like Lamin analysis. I really like it. Because Lamin analysis, I remember he went through a deep reflection.
In both ways,
From the past record, it looks into situation on Ketanyamen. I want to be give and he come up with his own conclusion, which I believe is his opinions. You understand? It could be possible. Nobody should rule it out. Understand? Because
But why? Pour que l'autre happen? Mama ni aje mon problem soto nu. Anu banko for mol malo why mama not a born from nowhere. Yeah, family.
No, because do you know why I mean because this is not something. I just want to be very careful because
afotala kumunyi na afotala si mol ka afotala.
No. I just want to be very careful of whatever I say in this. But you see, in 2016, Kabin Mama Kandinada, in 2016 when he came into the political arena, this was said. More than for I sponsor come. Dolba for hey, there is a political party may along the phone come hold the Motajama Ballesan. You pick up your Balles, can I will let
yeah.
In those days, Ukuma will be for the gun. So Dolba Yadi Beleva sponsor go Yadim candidate Olem. So Kavin Kachata, Kachaka, he was part of the discussion. He was actually part of the discussion at the time. Right? So Bari, Akada coalition discussion in those days, with the coalition team. Well, nobody knows whether. I mean, I think I cannot make a clear conclusion to that. And campaign of the But one thing I can actually say very clearly, and because like I said, politics is about honesty. President Baroka Memfoko Kabring a winter election. Mama Kandela follow up on her. Tonyala, Mama Kandela President Barok called Lavatone, Lam Telefono Bentele Buloco, President Barok telephone in Dune. Avendela Buloco. Nasuka Nadi President, and President of Diameter. I President Akungagule. The other person may Akunga look at the Jumati, we look at the Balagaba Jakumbati. Balagaba Joba Akuman Nakaya Ko. Kamimbala kaba jomba kumanda kaya ko President Jembe be kumandila. Abe kumandila ayo ko balgule katan dilo ko ikle winter. But abe follow through televised lala. But kaba jomba le message relate to the president. So those things may have the President Baro be structural. But one thing you need to understand there, all you need to go. Mama Kandela Jiko in style. It in Dolbe Katakanjam. So I make it right now it's Sofesco, yes, Molio Munu in 2016. Yeah. 2016. It could be true, and that's why I said Lamin analysis is very important because I think Mola Miro back to Kumna, Pru Adamadula Ko Kenya and institutional Bekeka and political Bekeka in Banco Kanyame, and then Dumal left Pruka Hajako Kabanko Bon. And then this takes us to one thing also. I know Nimin Diamoning. Abe dinkala bakel because mantala ka dia manna jang pour ka mo jalay nada janna ka politico Kenya fo banko dungul fu ngoye ki pensum sede jarolti nimu fenet me yalo kon tole akumara bakel right. So Lamin alinata to the history of political parties in this country mena mama kandlan sande political party lalo nya. And because the political party lolo nyanyo but Londro kela wolo toko political party ilota mina kama ilota puka mole kama sadiba dame ilota puka mole kama sadiba for ilota puka system wole fale or ilota because of kulebe caring me alongo it need to be addressed. This is something we all have to think about it very well because Nyaji may be government for democracy. Democracy be bankol me alon ko democracy you what? And wala democracy molka mununtanya ke wala democracy la political party jelle bolto. Wo political party olu mine mula different salty. They have differences. For example, if you go to America, they have the Republican, they have the Republican concept. That's what they have. And you have the Democrats, they have a democratic concept. What else kind of politics do we have in the world again? Because any of these political parties in this country is only one political party, if they come up with a different ideology in politics in this country. may along different from a Democrat and a Republican, wala jumare wala PDOIS. Apart from PDOIS, tell us when any of these political parties may form the young, it formed on weak ideas. It formed in weak idea of politics. Because, you know, I mean, Lamin is a political science student, and I want Lamin to lament on this. But Lamin, still, we will go to Mama Kande, but I want you to lament on this aspect. More political party law, nyadile, and be neutral democracy la Carola, political party ibe long come bulo lu melto, you know, to let Bangkol Kanyang, because when we have, I think we have capitalism, you know, we have, you know, I mean,
socialism.
I want you to get to it. Yes,
socialism
yes.
and others.
Socialism and whatsoever. I mean, let me for example, bajo manually, puriba family nyame, because you be able to find me ala kumata. If I you ko mol state, lan na hasoto no mol state meaning no fenna. Man fa understand. Comment mol state lan na hasoto no mol state meaning no fenna. Me along ito lata wala la and you tarla wakafo kon.
Well, bayo ya fo nyaming dunia politiko ka tamaning ideology la. Mol buka jeki wuli nyamin tentin dorong ka fontelbe kamfaring foto longata parti fo mum fongoy. Yo bar sang banko buka tamini mo kamfato buka banko sambano.
No.
Ite tambine ke no kaje ko mi seno bunda la karola. Ite tambine ke no kaje ko mi jula faro bunda la karola. Ite tambine ke no diplomacy la karola. Ite tambine ke no security la karola. Nim polisil le ka difa. So ni polisil ni difa te ite ba solfla ni nyaminna. Most of the time ite la ideology kana wala nyam. This is why nale Halifa le dia many time Halifa kamine ko. You know, national sovereignty, national wealth. Alkadara ning sovereignty mwela ani wealth ning kodol. Because Halifa wala ideology minkata socialism thing. Socialism kajela komi the strategic sectors of the economy. Wale mubanko la tarambul dol bije. Wol nyenta talla man sakundale bulo kon.
Yes.
Dula farobe wale kono. Wale trade and commerce. But if ana nina ta jibe even lands from Keno nimbe Gambia for because ntolma mineral jamal shot. Ntol bin ntol sembo mun na Keno let. Na bajiol. All these resources should be in the hands of the state. So socialism can emphasize ninto bakel. This is why Halifol Cafe be form of a bank mulungole lola mi along ke be more empower. Pour isa doko ke through that bank iba ibe kodo bondile ka dile la world. Ila fla banko do kula ni wala nyamal. Banko la ma kan jamal bije betalle to le bulo kono to le ba distribute la bi bayo me bi keneta kele tat. Abe kala man sakundare kenoleti ye keno nyin doku ye fon na faje sama fana nimmi fana sulata wo keno la wo sarre te pare to fana te keno nyin doku. Yo badinata UDP social democracy policy lebentol bulo kono.
Yes.
Ntol ngani kuflol be to blend. And until man stress on some capitalistic policy fana man stress on the market. Minketa mundi free market economy.
Yeah.
Wolem kaje jula faro banko kang akane ke man sakunda da mala decision.
Free enterprise, yeah.
That marché fana nyanta wato sotola la nila free will puru kaje ka jula faro ke noida mangol tema. Bi bayo right totale puru anabala bawa fila. Asala ba wafini dala miya lonko nani customer katati benda aya wafini wall. Nimba yof I right konan soto pour ka keno soto to a level of real estate miya lonko asakata tinala place ka dingol fananta wol fanan dingol talti. So nyulman tara under the control of the state. So this is the ideological difference between a complete social policy and social democrat policy. So this is why at one point, difficult back, Puria Halifa Sotono, I agree to some of the policies of the UDP. Because UDP thinking that Halifa policy abe koleala back in this time and age, Purka policy mutate put into right place, Puria Dokuno, I dunia mulna fanim Gambianol. So it all fanan can tell you nyama to some extent. But so Nina the Patil Jibe, APRC formed in government, APRC ma ideology. That kabiri be lola ideology le be buli la banko do kula min. APRC ya kudeta le keta AF through the AFPRC.
Yeah.
Wo kudeta nyin kono ngajele at one point they start to elbow each other kabrim power bina selle ko because it was agreed that within 1 year be power murundi la mollel so e manna power murundi molla degree nata dung man sa soldier role ya constitutional londi yere sembo used through the degree ka banko samba to some point yandi be constitutional nyin kamal na ngado ko kal barni nata jibe saying after that yana Adama Barrow be bayo Adama Barrow is a photocopy of UDP. Adama Barrow bi nako ideology babulo kono UDP la ideology wotole babulo kono Talib Ahmed Bensouda United nako ideology babulo kono to UDP la ideology la babulo kono NUP of Lamin Jedavo scientist nako ideology babulo kono to UDP la ideology la babulo kono because all these people be bola UDP wato minanko it is not based on policy and ideological difference wala tin about the United Democratic Party that UDP la policy on agriculture malala UDP la policy on security malala UDP la policy on foreign diplomacy malala no it's because of the leadership and leadership is not on ideology. Leadership is a permanent struggle. It had in any community you will find that struggle there. But the ideology is the policies, programs, and framework, institutional mission. And all these three people, this is what they subscribe to. When they were leaving this party, they have never questioned this in their resignation, if they had even done it. That Nindali Lola Nambota UDP because of policy framework. So what new mall it will be to kabiri na political kono na political kono manke komi there's an ideological difference banko tamandir bulola no new mall na because of it will sio ke fon na faje aninka man sakunda sama nyala mi alon ko man senil this is why model fonga fe NPP up till date constitutional te bulo kono donc wala fon agi
yes
so that means imam pare they do not have the program this is why ika mo bondi no dawda diate near NPP jibe the parties that they are working with today, ila minister mumonya dilet. All these things ka atandile la komi mung ideology si fale be bulokon. So be nibe ideology for la jang, it's UDP and PDOIS. Wolle la ideological position will put outright. Ka fo komi tolbe ni silole no maka nsaje banko e develop. PDOIS fana ya fon tol ka ni silole no maka fo banko e develop. But nyinto ma dol be tu bayo muna mol min mon full executive also wolbe ideology sort la no nyaadile and the ideology you need people to pour kajo comme me ya put into practice and most of the time be jamano mi fo mol kata AI
I mean so this touch me ko comme yin dinkra men fotan baying aje diamuta your political party also yela ideology for ya nilam dalilul comme ibe loring ibe semberim mel kama ila patol lota semberam bululu melta ila pro nyanta kama sa kunda do ku nyami bari imam mama kandela GDC for for example and they are also key players in this country or maybe Ahmad Bara.
Mama is the same. Mama is the same like
so no I just want
okay go ahead
yeah so Mama
Kande la way of politics na ideology is very aligned to APRC. Coming from Mama Kande for number bole APRC what mean it was not on ideological difference. Among Mama from APRC tarambulo. Hardly a Mama from APRC critique. Hardly. Yamu akafu APRC la nyim policy karel ila diplomacy policy or ila national security policy ila banko taram din bulo mo walaje mama tebu xamo diam si fa fo kam bag anu kabri mama fana nata into the political terrain amma fo mole ko mi nte nyinne be bulo kono mama ka bori dula be tuler for funds mama na diata asita socialist no ma ko lef la fondel na diata as democrat no ma ko lef la fondel so ba nyum banko kan ideology manke political party la focus they are not focused on ideology they are focused on individuals with interest to govern mol mini alonko interest le be bulo kono ila fla man se asiran ila focus be to mol this is why doy ni dada doy ibe pamphlet ko letter leje ila politique be safari minkan iba read la from A to Z it will lafla banko do kula nyami ni dada UDP iba read la from A to Z it will lafla banko do kula nyami but nyim party dolto febe man NPP is just recently quite other manifesto launch
After
And
ruling for how many years?
the risk of multiple sign kataka AI policy copy na. Ika momo ya kafe ko smart policy le bembulo kon. Smart policies for agriculture. Itela banko internet o phone, internet system o mantra tamaka. Somewhere in Jarabi, puru wokenol min bo la edo ko kenoje. Internet o phone problem on. Ita ka fonte ko ila fula kata seno samba jara la bar jare be smart agricultural policy le sambaraji. You need internet for smart agricultural policies. You need a courant for smart agricultural process. You need new mechanization materials for smart agricultural policies. It is not kacha. It is a consultation of which ideological position have you referenced? So most of the time, I can AI policy let. You're doing internet, please, can you give me a policy on agriculture? I digital economy agriculture is here. Because of America yakela worked or Singapore yakela worked. It is exactly. Policy bembulo kono ningo dia la nyina. Banko dunia be mal. You remember at one point Baroka was Senelali ko Hanal la Gardinol kono. Remote betala bunale adukidwa la Gardinol be fongol jibon. This might be doable and
smart gardening
in some countries. Akake banko doltol maybe.
No. I mean, among the comment, even Jamfong, I have seen there's somebody that are boys in the TikTok. Even at the last time at the Caravan from Gonyento, the guy was demonstrating it there. But coming, what we need to understand what we need to go. Some wopuru I keno anyama. You need the environment come environment for thing. You need good internet so. Nyagi na kurang bunda for nyanda ka yuwa bakele. Maybe after the kacha bitala bunda la for because nalo minaja na what. Be na UDP la currency lo ning tolu nata masakunda ning kodol be address la yame comme ning dol be sama kan nan kita ko lo ko kata ni bunda ele but I nata la mama let's go back to Mama Kande now. Yeah, so I mean Mama Kande was invited into a project.
Yeah.
Comme ya Mama Kande ya invited project me ya lonko ifeko abe kunna project on kono.
Yeah.
It will feko abe kunna project on kono.
Yes.
But what I mean project on as a fail no.
Yeah.
And as a fail no nyame and mama na diamoto nyaji be ibo understand na jelo. Wala ne maja kala ko President Baro Burragal.
Yeah.
Guy President Baro Kana Stila. Amuda Kodaga Guy President Baro Kana Stila. Amuda Kodaga Guy President Baro Kana Stila.
Yeah.
But I go but Luma Buga Wakwa Alliance GDC at NPP. They were a diligent. Ako nyenta ka do ko lake. Mama ya lo do ko me jere. Do you think I'm malo?
Yeah.
Nyanta ka do ko against what? Because now Mama is an opposition. Mama surrender being an opposition. Is surrender. Akama aya pandile I opposition ya landi. Akafuta mansa kulama. But kabata na mansa kulaka abe masa kunda mo dandala ka kapo ko ha nyanta ka do ko kel nyanta ka mini do ku because there is something which is very heavy akulia ta bakele a do ko pour comme ka boyende abe kola la bakele is warning them telling them go ndana whatever ndana ta nyama however the jointal kan we have to work because it knows the work the heavy load which is there and that heavy load is the power of the oppositions. Because he was part of us, he knows our strength, he knows our powers. So for him, after just at his surrender, because I mean, at some point, one have to look at this. I mean, also, and I just want to be very fair. Mama Tadala to a level, okay, the opposition, diamond be caring, coalition be caring. Ndama opportunities to the Purga Nyatongaya Soto. So right now, government Masakunda Sulatana and Nintara Masakunda opportunities in fact, second minister to second vice president. Within the duration of 6 months, Palacios Marano or 5 months or whatsoever. Palacios Marano and Nile Mara is going to be part of my record. So now it's a matter of building your career, because now in the political economy, there are some key positions near another your position you can still get into it's a international consultants or international missions Jamal should know.
Yeah.
So now your political life is going to continue. Because now ila main aim meant to know what I mean to go, you want to be a president.
Yeah.
But you later went on and understand both ways and political the way the politics is going. Realistically, so do you want to risk being an opposition? But if you risk being an opposition, yet still you don't have a man's tempo strategy. So yeah, you go say, man like join Masakundaka, you join the Masakundaka. For example, Ninkata vice president is going to be in my record.
Yeah.
Who already, you know, by Unikan, but who is already there. Because, for example, Nin joined the coalition of Eventually minister. Nin joined the coalition of Eventually, maybe, any position, whatever position that Eventually quality. And it's also when something, Nin joined the opposition, Nini Captain Yoma, Ninda Mankanya, go and Bekela moment to Bekela minister.
Yeah.
But it's already there now, I feel. Janimita Kamala, I feel ready made. So you feel like, so now when we mirror the at the from Kabay, you could be analyzed at design. I have more than money design.
Yeah.
I have more design. And you know that? More Lamelian will Mama Kamamati. And you know that more Melialongo will have to be at a happy, content, as our noyata. Purka political, Katara political.
Yeah.
Some of those people, now called Dimbayal Balundi. Some of those people, Lumo little, Dimbayal Balundi. They struggle very hard. Mama Bukadi Dola, don't be able to kill Nisola Bondi.
Yeah,
but Utumo me along with kill Nisol Bondi, Utumo me along with kill Nisol Bondi, kill a Balul Bondi, kill a Tony Bondi, Kaduni political color. What was the mission? What was the reason? Is it that because they love Mama Kande because Mama Kande is a nice boy? Is it that because they love Mama Kande because Mama Kande is their relationship? Mama Kande will buy the one to go? But what was the mission? Mina Kande be Mama Kande no Mama Kande mina foye. Mama Kande be mundo kule otumo Mama Kande be Masakunda la holka accountable Masakunda me ya lonko amantra taka kuke. Abe Masakunda kazalika Masakunda me ga marta kuke anu Mama Kande lo diamu Mama Kande lo buluto Masakunda la na be lata walele na Mama le kilungu yorobletano. So do you think those people have to follow Mama Kande if all of them believe in principles? This is why. Niajibe for Nikel Melialon benu Mama Balaka Mama depend bate anni mul finte kuma Mama de finte ka Mama depend. E ka Mama depend menka ila Londo dantamento. Mama depend member one life. Well, now, I mean, I always say this: Ibrahim, whatever some people might criticize him after all the defending of Mama, but you have to really understand this was somebody he just trust this man.
Yeah.
It trust it another man. Whatever I meant fire. Whatever I meant fire, so there is no evidence. So you are the mouthpiece, you are the secretary. You have to do it for Yake. So that boy was working on that principle, and that is why it is very hard for him. I told another record for him to just follow Mama like that. He has to sit, think, reflect his mind, think about his future. Whether him joining NPP, so Mama move is not something we just have to do a mere analysis about it. No, we have to get deeply into this because in a political surrounding and the society I am more jigla tailor politician on la carola and don't among the politician of baby.
Bayo, so ngadia mo blado manu bari manje complete no. Wolem Mama aketa politician oti miya lonko anene ka to soto komi to mi alon ko to mane ba manyene la politician o kam wala pour man sakunda kete used to divide the opposition moli a fama jamela karolal anunde mo bayde fo bide gonde ngaje mamata kala no moti mi alon ko jamela luso e sum mama kandela that mama kande 89,000 votes oto and Yajame lost with less than 18,000 votes mi alon ko ni mama kande mantraje you know it is natural that wobe talala maybe today mamin kono tatalla wokon in 2021 ngana je Yajame that same person I endorse akala mula alkarte fire ntema woje komi you know it's normal. Yeah, Mama Kande might be Yajame's project. Opposition or number tinya because Yajame knows that in 2016, since the Right Honorable Hussein NM Double were prison, formulation of coalition of Doron Nebekelanu at that time. Yajame was intel sotole. And know that he was one of the most intelligent presidents that mean sotole de Jamaica intelligence means on the table every day. Baronin Baroman killing. So Mama might be the project of Jame. This is why I compensate with Mbe and Dosla in 2021. If you look at the Foni region in 2021 election, Mama Kande scored 56,000 in West Coast. Bio. But in 2021, when 2016, when Jame was here, Mama Kande scored only 21,000. So how can Mama Kande rose from 21,000 to 56,000? The numbers were from Foni 5 region on near pattern of voting in 2016. Go. At least Yajame Katara 5,000 Chotoka in somewhere in Foni Bondali, whilst Baro Katara 300 Chotoka in Foni Bondali, a whole constituency. Yajame 2,000 Choto in maybe Foni Kanchala, Adam Baro Betala 100 and something. So Foni la block ila Karefanya Grau Bakel. Near Moming and Dos, Ideka Karefe only.
But just put here my way back again. Now, you go phone your number mungeleti. Come Mama Kanda jealous phone.
Mama Kanda in 2021, West Coast con I 21,000 rather in 2016. But in 2021, another 56,000 votes in West Coast.
Okay, 56,000 votes. So now, what is the total vote of Mama Kanda? What is the total vote of Mama Kanda in 2021?
105,000.
Right.
Only 50,000 Mama Wolo Soto outside West Coast. Only 50,000 Banco Betuka near West Coast Bondije.
How much in KMC?
KMC Mama Kande KMC another Minnesota is 16,000. 2021 16,000.
16,000 in 2021.
KMC ha.
What about in 20? Okay, sorry, okay, yes. No, what about
2016 11,000 so I increased the only KMC le and in West Coast. But
okay,
but
what about LRR? Because I just want this you come out of back like because you finance molu as a mole filino mole salon. So Bella 2021 in every region, Bella you go to your
so in LRR 2016 Mama 5,000 nesoji and above. 2021 another only 2,000 nesotoji. Because ibe LRR for dynamics Belal. LRR in 2021 landia doko minkeje landing UDP chairman I doko minkeje where Mama damage Bagel in 2021 election on. So Mama was able to score only 2,000 LRR con. So 56,000 would be near
the 2,000. Only 2,000.
Only 2,000 Mansa Konko Bacon. 2,000 some votes.
Mama will say
Ha Mansa Kongo.
Okay, not bank region.
So not bank region. Wale mu Kerewani walti kodi.
Yes.
So ibaje la Kerewani in 2016 Mama yaje me more than Kerewani. Mama scored over 22,000 votes in Kerewani in 2016.
22,000 votes.
In 2016. That was his strongest base.
In not bank.
So saying in 2021
because he scored large number of that vote in Nyomi and Jokagi.
Upper Nyomi and lower Nyomi. Yeah.
Yes. But yes, it scored high vote in that place and Sabah Sanjal.
Yes.
I mean,
so but in 2021 he lost
for
only 9,000. In 2021, he had only 9,000 in Kerewan, from 22,000 to 9,000. So Barrow had damaged ala base fanantinya ward. So he depreciated massively in Kerewan. So Nidara Janjambure Jibe, he scored 17,000 2016. In 2021, he scored 10,000. Wofana a depreciator. So Akamunta, Mama is losing base. Now manke West Coast aning KM. Mama I need region of Betu. I miss 2016. I Bay lose in 2021. But say Nina the West Coast politics debate. Mama la bargaining chip was NATO Alliance. Because NATO Alliance alone is a faction, me alone is a solid faction. Because it had a fair deputy in parliament. 5 deputies, the region of Bay win. So Mama, that was the benefit of me in come from West Coast. So B, whether
and something in 2021, in 2016, I just said West Coast.
So in 2021, Mama only 21,000 votes left in West Coast. 2016.
21,000. Okay. So
2016.
Okay. Now APRC North Alliance votes because North Alliance they endorse you need follow endorse. Is it Ganu? Ganu Lemba, and they later change in Arnaka Mama Kanda endorse. So just promote your remember, understand? And but now Niagibe will love voting, you understand? You know, it's a matter no for you love vote to during National Assembly, please. The total vote of votes in during National Assembly in Fonyi.
No, so Fonyi total vote in National Assembly more sort of Jambari. Fonyi National Assembly not alliance Fonyi be to sweep. Party Mankumaje, UDP Mankumaje, any party Mankumaje. So that is entirely not alliance and Yajamela vote. So Mama Kamunta, I will enjoy it entirely. I will enjoy an party man use about Walaji. But saying bio West Coast politic Benyadil, KM politic Benyadil, is Yajame going to endorse Mama Kande again? All these things are factors Mama will analyze very, very, very strongly. Ninata Fonyi region of Jibe. Almame is getting very popular in Fonyi region. Almame Jiba. And Amu deputy in parliament is pushing Fonyi interest, is pushing Jamela interest. So and Almame, there is high tendencies that Almame will go into coalition discussions for Noto Alliance like we discussed it. If they are ever going to be a coalition, Noto Alliance Battalion. So Mama, as we speak, Mama, any chance for endorsement from Yaya Jame Alliance is concerned. Almame is standing in the pole position of that. And the other chairman Yankwada Fanan Jibe, Mama Fanan Bofanan story like Yankove Doko mean the West Coast Kono, Katafo Fonyi Fanan Kono. All these things be Mama number depreciated from that 56,000 drastically. So currently Yaya Jame endorse. You need not came Fanan Jibe. Faction of UDP Balaji linked at United Fana. Well, Fana are going to lobby communities in KM. UDP is going to lobby communities in KM. The president is going to lobby communities in KM. So Mama Vejele Fana sort like KM. So it's like Mama is going to be depreciated across board as far as all these regions are concerned. Fenta Eje. So Mama to work style bio kata election okono koteke Mia Lonko. Chances of winning is as slim as Minker in 2021. Akabe kodo invest laji. Aita hani deputy ata sort la kotek. So the regional base, amandara Mama bulo kono. Mama even in URR and coming for tending. Mama and anelmanke Mama la base. He's very unfortunate that the president is from his region. Very unfortunate that the president is from his constituency. Natara Mama mu West Coast Nkoltino. It's going to be a different. Abekele Kimmekal is going to be a different decision because West Coast be tarla akoma. So if I knew West Coast ba akoma, president be sulal wo nombala, oppositional be sulal wo nombala. But right now I can tell you that oppositional man sulal nombala fenke bulokon, Mama bulokon, because the numbers that he's going to bring is going to bring them from URR and URR UDP fonka Mama da wotol. If going by the past election. So Mama should not be a problem me along abe oppositional kijo farandila. There is no base that Mama is going with to NPP because the NATO Alliance base is still in the opposition. Olmanta. So there's Maleba Buloko. Mama Banjul, I less than 600 less to Banjul 2021 election. 600 votes.
Banjula?
Banjul, yes. 2016, I 1,000 short. So this is why oppositional manyan sila la mamala thala. Oppositional nyanta hajilal, there are high possibilities that we are going to win this election. Because mama ni barobe dent at the same base level. But being all the parties will lobby kampuri kanankang. Well, but a different base level than other than URR. So if we consolidate ngatela base all fanutanga doku keje, the possibility of winning in URR is very high. But URR la voter turnout at 80,000 silano. Because Baro is 75,000 in 2021.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you have very good analysis for them. You know, yeah, will start from there. Going to me along, he did tell us someone, and Kula me along, Kumata Bakel. So, Kamol Londi, Londo Futandi, Katrepayo mentioned with a no, Akitanyama Yama, Wilson at me along, Akumata Bakel, Kawamama Candela Carola, for 2016 and 2021. You know, point you Kumata Bakel. But now, I mean, okay, Mama Kandepele already a decision of make and you know, model Kumajamale Fokan.
Yeah.
This is sometimes Numukule Melako Puke Kakaka Kolia Bakele, but sometimes it's political agenda Kelatonia Laka, Kodu Kola Nyam, agenda Kafole.
Yeah.
Itala Miroto. For Gambia political kono, siko fanan fenne meyalonko mosafuno ko aka femple nole, aka mul hakilo wali nyoyale, aka tina modo nyanta ka kuke meyalonko bankola na pale be tarlaje, afonga na pale be tarlaje, samala be tarlaje, bari amarinyin. You know, Abukana Bankoje, you know, stick more on steel. What would be your take?
Yeah, bio, what is something me alonko, wole mutonyati. Siko be lenken marina political konole. But saying even regionalism fanamba lenken marina political konole. And sometimes these things are natural issues. Mili alonko, mobuka kunoje. Ni mol denta. The tendencies of Puriye Fongoje Nyo Konofana is very high. Wufana Mbijele. But a manyan nakela factor to me along politician or yenta use la Puru Kajoko Mika Fensoto Mol Bulokon. This is why parties have programs and policies so that Nitata ila Mol Fongol Kang. Ila programs and policies ibole fole. But a negative aspect Munedian ni mol denta. Ibuka program in policy for Kotek. Nitata Wolkan saying. Eka dumba dimbunne kare wol kali elonne ibe nyinne quote ne nyi soto ndol be nyinne problème o sotla nin dol fana nyi soto itol be nyi problème o le sotol so e kaje le komi wo kay nobody cares to talk about policies bari ndol be mine sotola nin nyul fa nyi soto ani nyul be mine sotla nin dol fana fotal wo is something me alonko politician will ya understand nim banku kan you can use back bayo ning bi mbe nyim bi min kono tenting si ta nyim bankun kam mimma presidential candidate o sot si jama ko nyenta jibela wodulale foloto banku kilo nearly 20 to 30 something presidential aspirant si jo albe bankun kam mimma presidential aspirant sot
so Lami, this takes me to political party last year banku kam do you think Siko Fanan Dawe Kolo Mayalanko, where acting the political party or theater in Bangkok.
Siko le ba betu koto bayo. Siko le ba betu koto. Because no one tem. Banku kilingo doko. Banku nga fole karambulo le banko la molko le doko bayo. Ni party ma. Aba fole le ko ninnada jade kende ala karola mba meksolal borole soto loptano le no skendol soto anu fanang miyo min nyanta kala loptano le tarambul kendoti wolem parti betula fop mo betu man tole foka UDP since 1996 wala at one point pa bi ka fo ko fenti jalbe min fo la bi ntol mam min fo kunu amam soto. So why the proliferation of political parties? Mina na political party bebe sodoka ni atara min beta kun kono wala mi tele miroti UDP wala fo komi andi tol sabanko sambano walnya. Mina mi unite, okay, let's say unite. Mun dalila na unite soto ta bayo, mun dalila. Because unite la leadership was the national organizing secretary of the United Democratic Party. The policies and the framework they were part and parcel of those that developed the policies and framework of the United Democratic Party. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is the national president of the Unite Party. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is integral to the party policies of UDP, ala formation. And the name goes on, to their youth wings. What do say, Unite, so if Unite already accept and they are part of those million lonko, UDP la policies that are why would we have Unite? Why? So that is the problem. Ika patil je ka farasu mol bala and wo mol ka farasu mil bala. Ita vole no nyinde mu problem ot wala den mbote bala. Bari fo mo conclure na problem wala tine ka bo mol bala. Kata ka loy fongoy ka patil si andi koteke to go and invest millions koteke ka sequel fana muta ka gana ka fundi banko kani and the list goes on. Regional politics, sequel politics. But policies and program minyan to banko dokula. You are part of those million lonko you that are from the party that we are coming from. Not sequel, not regionalism, not age or whatnot. So that is the problem. Ye party Jamal Jambi, Farasika Glaleto. And if Farasika Odlal Minto, Imafo Komila policies and program lend problem. And the Bankoka Dokun in policies and program lend. So Kule be cool koto mimmanke wodi. Wole munyi si quality, akasemo shota wale nyam. Because Gambia voter margin doyatel bio to the point that the electorate doyatel to the point that it's a new sequel the mal use no purka mol convince. Mun correct.
So because this is something me anko anyantaka address le ano anyantaka kachale. Comme na fo nyamen kacha kolambalo badul mi anko albe jibero kekam. I'll say program ni ikal like ma nyamen program ni kasele santo wala nyama and if you also have the opportunity to kasia please alakada lasia anala brother be down so sonko eke bayo sonko Gambia ning Lamin Mane Junior no wala be jam and bi kacha ning moko dawlu bi kacha ko men albe alo nyamen abe samatri ko la kam men kabo mama kandara dum politiko ko nan ko dawlu le alon ko nata ron pour ka ninna mol sinyo sawni ya ninna mol sa kacha ko nyina odo atul me alon ko albe like button ma kan thank you so much and expect that ko you always have us here what mina kacha politiko de nyan banko kan all the time. I mean ni na tata sai ko men kan si ko men ko do you think for Siko in politics akeda fundi me alon ko ay lamfundiro ke lebang na masakunda tamandiro la karola in especially na civil service what what's your take about that
Bayo Siko ni regionalism la nyimbanku samba koma and even before independence. You remember PS Wall, Persanja Walla Patino, Combo Patilem, Bujubajo, Combo Jandrone, Danta World. Why do people have PPP? PPP, our first name was Protectorate People's Party. Santola Molla Patilem. Yafam, Gaba Jahumba Olfanela, Muslim Congress Lo Nimbang Kunkanjan. Christian Patil Sotajan, Muslim Patil Sotajan, Santora Patil Sotajan, Combo Patil Sotajan. Nimanka be keletide. This is why Molka Ufobi they have hatred against one tribe, they have hatred against one region. Moka Kondan Kakwente Mbanjula, Nenemanta Beka. Enemo Mosifal mit. Moka Kontan Nimbang Kunkang. Kave Anunman Ntebe Sterim Banjula, Barentene Monfura Birkam. Bayo. War is not because of Kafokomi, it's natural. He's saying that. He is speaking from a point of regionalism. That Dolle Fesata ni region carrot. Oto ni region carrot Fesata ni region carrot. so wala inherita wala tina hani fo bi ngba nyim patir je ka mile alon ko ka e ke fon associate region da madol ke fon associate tribe da mal but jaro wal because of their intelligence mine ke ajum ko nyin ko to kel ko to be nyine ko muslim congress christian congress dana nim se combo party ni fen jaro ke hani alnga nyinke people progressive party nga ke banku betat nga to fali ye to fali dunta election ko ne ye feeling yes ye feeling di from nowhere I feel that ye banko te bulo kon nko tendency leje koteke mol ka parti lo ita fola santo de bar parti ka lodin dalilo min kamala betu ka wojal so that's the problem ando ay banko samba komal ko min ka fe nyam wala banko samba nun komanu anu hani ko bi wala banko samba kan koma because imagine for that point of me alonko people are aligning realignment of ethnicities realignment of regions momo e bota region o min to eta lawo ka momo e bota sio min to eta lawol ka bayon kan ngotili watle membi ntol dingol ntol kami fon fo duma te wol to fala duma ha andi fo to manke politiko ti kote kede civil war waka commence ni wol ngaje science and thinking Henry Gomez ay kuma kan min bondi ako di social ken fo kunde Henry Gomez la nyale public figure o banta batu kacal nim public figure futata sayin ko futandi national discourse to bayo salo nyimban kun ka ko tilin bank aka ko tilin papek dumlel
Lamin Henry Gomez le diamo ni ajibe comme alpha me alonko abe steering badum kerawan wa abe steering Eliasa wa abe steering Ngen Sanjal
yeah
ay Henry Gomez moy ando abe ko makam fola okeba utumo Henry bo foka wato me okeba nying o mandin kolt
ha
bare anin Henry be patio men kono tan be o patio kono
ha
bare Henry ko source de social ken source de social ken so sa okeba ya ko jibe sa Henry be mento anata be mento o Henry la miran nyala ma mealon ko ayata bunya la ba fama bunya so some of those things ndega jele ko ila kuma kawol be kala message kibaro kata alfal kan kata mul ka mel yalon ko e la moy
yeah
yaje Lamin
yes
ne sidin jañul la diamoje sidin jañul ka kuma kawol mel ko alale wato sindi pour la kuma kawol ye findi kabila kuma kawol findi yalo men nyanda kala
ha
mobe ye nyaayele ye tuloyele ye banko jibe ko men ka fo duma ala ya wanya ite men ka fo duma e ka tubile e ka tubole sey e ka tubole sey ye ala dani
wayo lo ngana kembo keje ko mbe ati Allah kana tafa diamo ko be kembo la fa
no problem so manu anyaje nani bundal be samana because najelo ko sometimes nyande ke kachare pour na mol melialon ko la dolto re adawtran den pour isa faham comme na funya men bi ning Lamin Mane junior le jam na kachani na commence men mama kandela kafo president baroka be kachabi dala bundala fana bundame alon ko be analysis kala mama kandela diamo anim president baro fona diamo momo yemina tawo diamo to because na ku jamale fana moy duma mel yalon ko na ku jamale moy duma mel yalon ko mama kandeni anama baro wala kedela diamolti ando mama kande wo kumul fo ala moliye ando wayme sabu fo ala mulu dolu man kafa folo bari e may da hale pa e may da hela patio do folo ñu fana be kala ko mi la ko de kadalari sa bella bla mel wala ñu ko ye mama kande diamo la moyle I believe yalla speak la moyle ala kuma kan ye la moyle ye president barola kuma kan la moyle very well and then nana diamota na londi bake be mo fuloli même for tuba counto follow maybe limbota woto sinala ye men maybe ye men kacha ye men for money ka count fanando but nin nara laji because ye kayti jamba bal leta kayti jamba bal yo kayti jambolu baro ye kayti jambo mama kande kayti jamba jama muta ayakara e camera ko mzafe na rabi do ko oxford university la president baro fana ja fana finta nan anin kayti jamba jama nata fana ye wol kala mol nyaato janne mina ka diamu local language la yemina ta yin kibar fulol do yin kuma kan fulol do ibe kuma kan nyulu e wulita mina kama banko dumul la koto e kuma kan comme yemina famo kuma kan fo kuma kan le mina wol kanyal kuma kan li kacha dumale momo nyenta kam ben fo nyaawo jele fana nyenta kam ben fo fana nyaawo jele ni be fi la ka fo ba comme ka da nyola ka nyiyandi pour comme ka banko dumul ka tulu banko dumul hakilo la ka banko dumul forcé to nyinandi kunu kuma kan wala alimbi kuma kan lami
so bayo ngam kandela di amul moyle bari mimbe kandela problem oti kande ngamira ti amira nyimmu man sakunda kutol ti mialon ko sign na sit because ni ala ho right of jama bakatangol bejibe aka banko tarambulo lekata ning sidla kare nyande nyine kele jang nyine nyande kele jang nyine nyande kele jang kande nyanda lonnel ko mi NPP sa kuwa kukeno gamenol nyaay wojel sanji tamaral lo kono NPP en nafake dawda gamenol nyaay wojel annun attema makande be at the center of NPP ke critique la police nim programme so aka nyimmi fo mole that sa nyinne ke nin nata sa nyinne ke nin nata already we know what NPP can do and mama knows what NPP can do. But mama fongola NPP critico most of the time. Abuka ke kafoko NPP la policy nim programme lem. Mama ka NPP critique turu kafoko mi president manyan na ka tatam keja baro. But fo kabiri mama tata baro kam bayo yo mala ka cha kono le ba. Foma foje. That tatam ko ntemu multi mi along konka kachale even at ECOWAS level. Because akwamu nung Pan-African parliamentarian multi and alonko kudeta jamal kake Africa kono dalile jamal lela wolem overstay in power. So atemu advocate of respect of time limited. Nenga mara mamala santo. Kabirang abala policy read la alafla mi sambal NPP endorse. On top should be respect for time limit. But mama min kumayata bagani mama to tula no koma. Aita ya fu gambeno le lafle nyine ke education lafle nyine ke security lafle gambeno le so wall. Ba on furata point le to nyim gambia jam mingi ya lonko mimbe caring amamo kumbade amambe bake time to tajan namanke every week alonko every 2-3 days. Watson Gambia ni nyongol batandi le komi ya mole sojang ya mole fajan missing passing alat wo siata nyimban kong to the point that mol katara in the diaspora former tourist ni nyongol ke text cafe konko Gambia mine bijedu ntol ko text ol betu soto jan mol cafe barin ko Gambia dum fo mine bije sai so ni wobe caring betu nyabo wola mama eta I think nang AI written document wala akaka wala read Gambia nyaado kala fla barwe wala. The only one thing Gambia nyanda min ask la mama bulu kono pura ya kanin barola do ko wolen ka fo adon boroy ko tatam respect sang yes step aside ndanga tan alen endorse na ke candidate to anu woma te fola kuma kanwol ako the only reason abu join na baro kan is nim baro tata jenketa side la te fane ati so tan
so this takes me to a very important discussion. I mean, I somebody a very kajami along akumada baki. So mama kande atata kanyina fo ko nyina mala principles nyina mala lanno atata kanyina fo ayina fo blanma sir okay but ni ajibe mama kande ni president baro bila diamo kono fo koy ka jele bam ila kacha kono ila wo saveroldo ila wo saver to ko president baro na la killer 2026 ka support I mean mama can so I mean I left the proof na kacha ta wo fanando bake because baro diam da nyamen to account bali mu calculate kadi milliard ko sa ko I mean kibar karol be ta le Bari so left in blood give back for baro ya fo jele ba comme ka ko koyta ko mama kande ben inata pour kan support on na la inata pour kan na NPP Grand Alliance for support bank fo na la kanta ko parce que baro support fo na la don pour ka kafu you know I mean you blam phénomène ko akumara bakel
yeah so even in blood la bawlo mo emphasize back but kande la policy alignment emphasize back that you know it's a mineke no so it can point to me for us it's a discussion me along ko ya soto bi nim barobe mo fula ni sirangola ko mi mbota regional politics le fokanya and ethnicity politics more or less abe sutiala kanyim batino di mama kandela dina any other person in NPP alliance because beyond reasonable doubt mama kande fane number mean sort of in election in terms of electoral result or NPP coalition okon a number a party tije so baroba wisla nabe batino dila adi mola min bota jimar number ba bulo kono jimara kolsa continue with the presidency because of jimara dimo min kata mama kandeti I chances certainly to become a president na backing of Barroso so kana surprise wo fanan
so okay in the worst scenario if that happened for example Lamin you know waketa kudume ano wala sodra because leva comme ñay million dollars sama kana programme nolu sitan hakilo la bake because ñajibe namul jele comme million ko ni mama kande be ndo ko la nu although wato me alon ko ni ko be ke mange national executive member so di bari ikera mul me alon ko Egypte yake no let's say honorable Omar Cissé najele kabring tamu me alon ko mitum be ke kan ay severo ko ka ko I mean loading comme
resignation loading
yeah so baro ko la naranaje ko la ay severo fulanyam severo no bulan no noma anatana ñu tande ko atemanta la Alibaba zit Alibaba
yes Alibaba
yeah atemanta la Alibaba support la third term support la but amafoko nte ndaha GDC and some of these executive members near jibe molle mudmenalon ko they were big critics to NPP and maybe they want to still believe in their il aftaka sabati ila son la comme itolu ila principle lié même muta you know ibulo kono il aftaka sabati wo kan ben yeyim folo ko inana ka folo ko itolu nata jona NPP kan but askeno comme mama itendo ke itolu lele même nyintu ko bitaji la bari man la folo kuma ni kawni man fayema baka man senema and yam fulo to fana man senema fana and you know because baro mafo you know mama bentle support la mama ba fo le bentle support la but it's like comme e ka flo nyomale so what I want you to make a deep reflections about this issue ya ko ye connect nyola so that because mama made la ka ba ko ne jabe join na baro kan ata join kam baro kan men kam wala nint ko you know baro ya tamindi so and baro so this was not 100% clear to everyone and again baroni modul le fanambe coalition of keka and be yandara nyamen for example limbaro ka mama kaneta mindila ye MPP fond jenyadi le how do you ebe MPP fond value ebe la call la bande la bulujuma la kam ni wo kita
so to think deep about it coming for in bio it's easier pour mama kande ay na ya tara alliance partners kono so that sama ning space sota pour mi alon ko nimbaro kabe step aside la and then there needs to be internal decision making pour ka moto mo membe tambila this is going to be amongst the either from NPP or alliance members so having mama kande in the alliance members that mama kande have the opportunity to lobby the presidency position of NPP and the alliance partners so you know tyranny of politics before selection of kakete alone call min betu kakeduma Baro have higher possibility to compromise many more mini along be carte faila between these people mini along be position to become the NPP alliance flag bearership momin baninna milbe carte faila Baro have high possibility pour abe momin compromise la kon But ni Mama Kande be outside the alliance partners. Atakela no, abakela Mama Kande fane baro bulu city le. Because at a fintila no outside the alliance partners and outside the NPP, Kataka Mama Kande single-handed pigna tafa nangeke candidate. Then that will be disastrous even within NPP and the alliance partners. But now Mama Kande is equal to every alliance partner, Hanatra Minara, Kabir in 2018.
And
If there is an opening,
and this was a statement President Barrow emphasized. I mean, he really emphasized on this. President Barrow, you come come bambandi back. Like Havoko, men not kunum, men not be a big criminality in alliance open.
Yeah. Adunia partners will be partners. Jamal be any other be in Bagel. Partners will come. So nimu mununulti maybe me alone now. The new president of Lola B. The alliance partners also have a stake to apply for the flag bearership of the NPP alliance partners. So why is Mama coming now? That means Mama will also have its fair share to apply for the flag bearership of the NPP alliance coalition or flag bearership. And the new worker to compromise others to vote for Mama is very high. By you know how politics is done behind closed doors. So Barossa Nim member Jamal Mini along Kobi, CA motion, Gambia Moral Congress, party Dahini Sipa Sipa, Henry Gomez, Henry Gomez World Dolia Luneko, there's no way that they are going to lead any coalition as the flag.
Henry Gomez la more better than NPP.
So this is why it's going to be very easy for some of these parties mini along, but they have no chance to become the party flag bearer of NPP alliance coalition. Puruk Baroye compromise ya Mama Tombo. Very high. Barota Malo compromise la noje ka Mama Tombo wolemu Hamad Ba. And at one point, Hamad Ba will accept to join Katara Mama Kande Koma as a presidential aspirant and Kana opposition. Because already being alone what Hamad Ba did in the government. Abulul Mansenia. Being NPP Botaji is not that we are coming for Barrow. The commission is for everyone member Dokola in strategic sectors of the economy, including Hamad Ba. He is coming through the commission. The commission is go after him. So near to the point that I come in party no be to compromise to vote for candidate to become the next flag bearer. Hamad Ba will have to accept candidate. If Afanambulo City in a position that at Kuno la Noji. You want to have a problem with the APRC. And APRC Fanang, there is no chance that APRC Fanang will walk away from the alliance. Because of it must show anywhere that they are ready for elections. So, and they cannot come and join the opposition coalition. So, Wolfanang will be forced to accept if Mama Kande is going to be chosen by the alliance partners. Because, Bayo, there is one factor on the ground that Mama Kande and Baro be about the same region. Naturally, Baro will accept any Mama Kande over anyone. That is one. And secondly, Mama Kande Fanang, over the years at Andile Komi, the numbers he can pull, Nim Baro Latakang and alliance partner, is going to be a top opponent for the opposition. So there are high possibilities that as a Keno Nim coalition or Mimbe Cake and Tenting, Mimbe Duma Wale Siata Katambi Mimbe San. This is why it was such a secure document that even the admin secretary one of GDC, Amanya Loaka. And if for B, Bio, medial mail, Ibulo Lano, Nula Qual, Efenko agreement on Nulka. This is a serious agreement, me along for these two parties. And we look at the way they sign it. If they do not law before the media, Nindoli more Cindy, whether they are their first secretaries or what, Barolo Candelota, they sign it. Mamir and Telegero, Nenema signing Sifajet. That is public endorsement signing. Public endorsement. Then Tanyo Jamfala Banco di Mobina. So saying you don't mean after the Mama is promised vice president position. Let me tell you, Mama Setano Baroka in 2021, he will have more value, credibility than Abeminke can be. Be Baros, Kunule Baros Ulata Mama Lakatambi. pura ya makoi anu ngalo ne mama fara nimba interest la jibele ka fa la kele minister at least let's be fair ni mama la kele minister mama cannot go just now because you have 3 to 4 months to election mama ba kele no minister wadi juman na kele minister di fa la ke sidin jay minister si fale 1 week 2 weeks 3 1 month minister mama ni ba sambala B Barokang is going to be on a concrete agreement mama can become their flag bearer. There's high possibility that is going to be part of their clause. Because in the sense, the cabinet more start a video saying until mama tatale unko. I told you positional meal for them be. Those are not difficult positions to have. Nga CAJ then the number tabul nyawnya. See any borota the minister position of Milan. So the way ika minister position of Talanyo Temanyaming is so cheap that mama with these numbers abitala kara minister position of Fananta. Then you will have gone long time ago. And I find it enjoy. But why going now? Why now? When minister position manta deal, there is no director position or diplomatic position. Even in Talano from now against the election. And we have for the last starting they were making emphasis that Nyantaka Doko Kele on the ground. Why is Mama making that emphasis that they have to work on the ground? Not a borrow, come it will be a couple borrow Manjari Doku Jamal.
No, because it was game over. Because why I do because Najele, you know, even the music, memula a campaign song, it could game over. But and normally game over, because you already won. You have you already got your number. Understand? Yeah. So what actually are they actually saying? You know,
so la game over nyinko le fate ending. Baro kabira ya fongo jube. You remember kote Alon Baro is very easy to analyze Baro. At one point Baro kala party doya battle priority step aside from the party as the flag bearer. You remember that?
Yes.
Kala party be doya in bakel. But the same alliance partner ba bulo konole. So being in that moja mi alonko is the third biggest party. Banko Kanja. Neither opposition bench Kanjibe is the second biggest opposition party in Banko Kanja. Ningo Oje Woka join Barokang just 3 to 4 months to elections. And because from now against election is serious grassroots work. Serious grassroots work. Sambi Barofon Tatarla Doku Keka Masakunda level. I hope Kumasile already.
So do you know so that means I Nanyin Kata is number diamond to Blackuma Balam. And again I've some numbers letter numbers and in numbers when the mayor uncle Kumara by Najan can number some of what while Kumara by political and couldn't for Biba now we know discussion of Koro and Say Lamin President Baroko at a Katakase will come in fence presidential election 2021. President Baroko wonderful. I see wonderful.
Yeah.
In 2021, and UDP Fanan got 200 and some votes. You have GDC and you have other political parties. But Nina Najibe, Kabin Nata Deputy Katria Payola, your electoral, your Fanan, your GB. But one key important thing, me along Gonyanta Kajibe Bat, what I mean to go, Ning Mobe Kuninta. Mobe Nyaele, Mobe Pareta, ke la Kartaul Kanta, Semildino Molla, because Nyajibe 2016, in 2016, Kartafayo Nyajibe, Kartakaso Beke Jella fighter in 2016, please. Can you give me that number?
So 2016 number less than 500,000 people voted. Please, at least 54% of the vote, yeah.
Yeah, can you please check me the number and the percentage if possible? Because it's very important. Akumara bagile puna nyindula bondi mole nyokono. Hello, Lamin. Hello, Lamin.
Go check your attending. I come back. You come well.
Okay, fine. No, now even first it's okay. No. Yeah. So Nyayan Laptaka numbers Samanan, to Molia understand. Elon Mojama Bafoko Daboka Boile. you know, and the latter go double 2021 election double win, and na sere jaro soto mele yalon ko nyande ketande banko no nyaje kanyum fu mole e bajelo ko mol mele yalon ko ye katro fay dabo in 2021 ye sabari ye munya yalon ko nyinan do ko no be ketam kaje ko tilembal yal nyum tejel dal mele kala wol tekela no anu satol mele fana yalon ko man katrawul fay UDP o satol fana e salon ko nyinan UDP be ganyana nyamen UDP la it's very
Well, Bio,
very important. Yes.
Coming up here, over 800,000 were registered in 2016. So over 500,000 Katre fighter. That's 59% the Katre final.
Okay.
But let me give you another analysis to that.
No, yeah, left do you want to come first or
yes. Because he left me. I want to take you back a little. But you see, in 2011, Jammeh have over 450-something-thousand votes in 2011. The second to Jammeh, APRT was UDP, 100,000 vote plus. So what happened between 2011 and 2016, where Jammeh lost to a coalition, very few popular coalition parties is UDP, PDYs, only popular party in back. From 450,000 to 200,000 in 2016. So if Barrow can have 450-something-thousand, which Yajeme Minnesota in 2011, was more than Barrow Minnesota in 2021. The reality on the ground and experience can tell you that still Barrosa Bueno in 2026. Because Barrow from winter only Nyama. In 2021, Jammeh 450-something-thousand votes. Coalition Abute in 2011, coalition Abute in 2016. So if Barrow can have equally 450-something-thousand votes in 2021, then it is possible that the coalition can win him in 2026, because that is what happened 2011 and 2016. Is the same thing can happen 2021 and 2026, because UDP now is already going into a party-led coalition.
Okay, so sorry, I don't niaji welamin. Yen number fonye number me alon ko wole katra fay. But and yen number fonam fonye. Number me alon ko wole fana register ko di in 20 yemen declare in 2016.
Yeah.
Now let's move fast forward. Coming to katra fay oketa 20 sorry registration oketa in 2021. Idan na fako karte kaso ta jelle ko mo wulke me kono tan jelle mo wulke me kono do mo tan sey ni fe kodi yale ko wala register but ni na ka presidential election na result so the presidential election results ya jibe ko mo wil ko me yalon ko wala carte o fay ije même yalon wala mo jelle carte o fay presidential election.
Well, 2021, the will for them for?
Yes.
I think 2021 is over 89. So, in 2021, you have over 962,157 electorates well registered. 962,157. Become more 859,567 It's just unbelievable.
Okay. so left alamin yalo men kete jang men kete nyim banko kan 21 5 for mulya moy because nyim meta nyul ko kiskis la le na kuma ko lu men so be annoncer de jawo fin naturally pour mulya ni dula ka jabate say e ko mo wul keme sey nyom wala ka fay December 2021 that a parliamentary election in April, right?
Yeah.
Or in April, right?
Yeah.
In April
2022.
How many months difference?
8 months or so.
No, not 8 months. December 2021.
Oh, yeah. December, January, February, March, April. 5 months or 6 months. 5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Now 5 to 6 months. Now an electoral vote may along is 900 plus. An electoral vote may along is 900 plus. When I give to a parliamentary election, when number get the dealer. This is something you need to understand. You have to understand the presidential election, the numbers it can mail for about the opposition. That was the right number. But the president's number was infiltrated. It was adjusted by a number, that number is nowhere to be seen. I don't know whether you really
but Akamunta, almost half of the minimum vote, because we have 400,000 plus will vote in parliamentary, 400,000, but in national 800,000.
Okay, now why I want you to believe this call? Something happened which is very wrong. Now imagine you have 400,000 plus in the presidential election. In parliamentary, will numbers all drop to 100 and the numbers drop to 100 and how much? So this is where you understand after leaving all the way from 450 something thousand, you lose within 6 months, you lose all that support, you understand, to 150 something 56,000 votes. So coming forward to go realistically in 2021 presidential election, Niagibe, the real data, President Adama Barola Cartel, among Cartel Kese Wulikeme, among Cartel Kese Wulikeme Fulafonsi. Among hello, Elamaya, you may know Kumara back and come and now based from like a male Senata. 2021 presidential election, New Konyoko. A support of 200,000. Ni konyoko at least, mo wul keme lulu. So mo wul keme mo wul talulu wol man katro fay ibe banko kanjam.
Within 5 months.
But it volunteer ko mo wul you can't just tell me ko mo wul jelu ka ko wol man katro fay. And why listen, I really want you to listen to me in this point. Now, UDP number and you said UDP number because UDP in the presidential. This is what you have to look at very well, Lami.
Yeah.
According to the announcement. But when it comes into the parliamentary, UDP drops to a number in the parliamentary, but it'll drop also naturally is not more than 50,000.
Yeah.
From the presidential election. What was the total vote of UDP in parliamentary elections in 2022? So you don't understand naturally, in Bango Kanjang, 2021 President Maro 200,000 votes. I will keep up for a sort of Katnepayo. I was a UDP will came up for a Talu UDP was a Mama Kande will came in Fenasato. Yindol will be what you do my mention of your Orasato. It's not quite the same 10,000 sort of Banco Bacon and Fido I say will tell in some full tell in some by also Banco Bacon in Yina sort of Yinan Castro, Yinan Castro fight in Banco Kanjan. Fen Kaputama bim for your Fen Kaputama bim for your Kenson de Mayalongo, Yatale Yabula system Okono, Pukatulu Mola. Say another fast forward. Cartefaul Baker, a Cabrin mayor, a Cabrin parliamentary councillors to mayoral, a Benata the UDP, a Buta Belecho. Sign Perana registration or sign. People have to register sign. Ndaraje from Kodenke. Ya give UDP, ya give registration of Menkera UDP was ready, UDP locally, Bamban they call registration in Tapalayan Naka to Yaka Kilaje.
Yeah.
UDP low long count, Yako, Yulu, Abeko Yulu, young Pahamla, Abeko Yulu, remember Karim, but will be, and saying, I see man Sabarle. With all our effort to make sure we block IC, we stop them, they play with the data. Iman Sabar no answer in it to the back door. It come a back door, they sit, it's a table come. Iman Sunyaro Kino, Philo, con time man, what is the kick because you are on the Molve document, it's either Masumoto. The Coca Kaito letter, I can't do Yokon. What's wrong? Udurna sta sabuno tome ya longe be nyono ma masin kilo nyina kono udurna sta sabuno wol mombula nyono makabele ke print because you move computer, this is data, you can plan it. And no, you data for Nika set in the computer automatically. Nika set computer con be alone. Nika set computer con, and you want them to come by by numbers or by surname or by fungo. You want it automatically. The computer problem a big canal will have a fembuka falling. Computer become more to computer near more to along below a man, nimbulo mama, will like computer become more to. But I'm like imang kukeno filo kono man tapale I mean jawya keno filo kono isa keno dam to wolo nyintu ko I mean isa keno dam to wolo nyintu ko kanaka bula mola system mola ka tulula system. This is what these people have done in this country. So niya yung binyundula for a ka tandi mola ko UDP le kaso winjang 2021 lamin.
Yeah. So you are very correct. Normally, nini number chival be print like akeni wol nyamal doron. Ni la fla be tolle use la doron tolbe new normal ni la fla central be new normal ni la fla musol ni la fla kill. So I see la data system. I election no manindela already. And you say in particular mi mute fe or name the solution di. All the raw data kamana particular ya scrutinized through it all fanana technical teams all. Nin tada fom be convinced that nin namut number de mi alon ko is to nyalem ngo use ngata election. But new normal man soto abe kolyala bakel. And you can remember bio in 2026 B hani mol min be live today kan jang. Tech expert jelle ben kono jang. Even the University of the Gambia, there is an association called 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. You know, Information Communication Technology Student Association. There is already a whole department. IT. You can talk about experts. Banko kanim banko band. B. Ninkunu molka Samsung use. B. Molka Samsung latest demand use. Molka iPhone latest demand. How can you tell me at this time and age, the volume in time and age, you will have an expert in tech? Yes, in the world, Lariba Joka need Dobala Kodola. By a number finishing as foolish as this. I'm sense me. Hanya University of the Gambia student only along a computer kika. Yole Kamana. At a Hanila can number finishing examination holo that 99% that Sokora IEC co finishing Namole. So they always give room for skepticism and criticism. IEC Kawale. This is why all these elections, UDP are always attending coming manso. It's because of this. Near IEC, no matter you are able to spot, foul play somewhere. And wole keta nying registration okon. Ita you remember until Janim Bita in URR. No combo sati jamal le maja. Central, we have data. Bukol kono, masingol kono. Me alone before we bowl from one center to the other, we confirm with their agent they move. So why would we go and tally no number ni sort of IC kataka tally in Kabuko numbers? While Isaac have more experts, me alone be Banko kana pro dunlike Joe than Tol. Me alone we are in the opposition. We voluntary works. So be a man la Carol. But all this conversation by Keka Bio is to encourage and motivate those that are in the opposition that change is doable, change sakeno. That can let our man fentinya oppositional kononim parta do kwala. And B, it's important that university didn't yalong komi imu oppositional. Because ndenga mo min belo nyimba ngunga mi yalong continue wol graduate nyo covering 2024. Wol malo mim for musalary was siated by university. Gambia college ndenga mo mil lo wol lado mil malo mim musalary covering la graduation until date was siated. High school into all fola. By musuja level arim bi ni loktanu to min yalong ko nita de be la basoleka because of modol nyenta wula nyenta ka furele bondi la ron kan yena yo molandi woda nto ngo beje nyala ni loktanu to patient sol ke batu pour dead body lebo bed yinkan patient sol now bed use and say to man ko position if you don't want change later you are satisfied candeleta wait a concern and you are going with candy. So opposition ya manke kuti opposition ya mu banku fali wolti pour mbetu la nafa tine bar ni be diamula sometimes do fenkol betu mu kilinen tolia politician ol be mu kilinen tolia ni tata jibe bi mo jama be buju bajo la adam barola government kon ndol mo wollon politiko kono bayo ntama wollon politiko kono mo so ta foreign mission jibe nyimpa bil min bebe faka in foreign mission ntenene mo wol moy ko politician ol le meti bankunka ko politician ol batata doron ba ite 2016 ite do ko min ke nyim bankunka ite kato min ke fale wala nyim bankunka bite min tol so ni mol ka bayo giridi tale ala fala fale wala nyim bankunka bayo te mo kendet bi bayo min tol nara bayo giridi tale pour kaje ko mi abe baro no man woto pour banko falim pour ala post wala bayo ga min tol modol ba enjoy kan kunu wolbe jammel kan so nimbe diamu kan ka fo ko mi alga baro bol yal ka kaje ko mi politician wol be la gifol noma some of these politicians falingo ba kelale fongo they are not going to enjoy anything atol min ya lon ko alna la qualification be siring atol le ba nyim positional enjoy la nyin kelo ka tolle nyin kelo mu puruntol fo nin kelle nyin ke ba dol bi subube subuto ni ado mo sama high blood be bolila bi United Democratic Party la usenda subube subuto naka ba domola doctor ol fo mbabula hani de yamre to ko landila parti to naka ba kala man beta bala jato fon la bayo so why do you think ke ba nyimba ala all out dika natara ate fonta ata domola balwola ata parekela ata nosokela why is he putting all this effort ni diam de ko politician it's what all mini alun ko certificate ol bal bulol kono pour aller do ko soto badi so bayo ngamre la fole fanel la fla kuma le fole no
it's okay mbe joy kan you move on
yeah nde always bayo nde I feel very sad coming ngaje fundinkel still now they are even contemplating ni diam de dolka fe ko we should congratulate Barrow in advance hani for B ite fama be soko ay julole fongo ta pour que del karam mo jo bayo dol be scholarship le wol karandi ni bankunka wala parents wol fongo me karandi no bata cha hante woti de ngalonne wulula ka kanomi so pour ka ko ndele ngan dinkare karandi fa jida bar wo mete karandi no fete be leblo mi fon scholarship le karandi wo to wula mantara ka wo mantara no sola de e bayo de tay ji school B ite men hame soto B kaje ko mi ntenyen tan na wulula no sindilale kaje ko mi bayo B ninte la wulula sa tan ntenyen de kala multi mi alon ko ne ko do nyente dundi la jaran loko fete la wulula ka kesa da danalti ni da family jamal jo B the parents are calling secretly those that are in the diaspora ka fi alima ko mani boto whilst funding ke kano be bulo kono atata karamo ta jito ta mi ka ajida amantara fen. Why would we accept that as young people? But ni anyim bagwe tama bebe fengari boy tol fon debe nyami nyankal lampa duzala badunka kulungole bat hey tuabol la funding ke le do koke tuabol man fe alonde ba tuabol man fe alonde na koto kel min be tuab du de kan attest in this comment section okon bankuta do kula no funding kel yalon development o ba abukata mino di funding kel la miro la mira sifa ambe funding kel bulo kono wo development sifa al katari bulo kono because funding kel le ka banko develop
I mean lamin sayende nalo na mondro wadi killing janne bari pour nalo kacha la boni ye funding ko la karoma and it's very important pour ala kala mondro minute luliti no kacha funding ko la karol lamin niaji be for jikobe je come under the leadership of United Democratic Party under the leadership of Alaji Ushin Mukunda Dabo. Jikobe funding Chole la Carola Ning Ale UDB Masakunda Samanjang. Minsta Tinano funding Cholu is a doko soto no Banko Kam. Doko Milbeko Anita Tamadalto, Nita, for example, Milkata Spain, Eka Doko Milke. Is there any possibility Pro Doko Nulekajang and eka jo wol ni dara to abdu banko le kan eka jo mel so de so nyon jo so no banko kan jambang because saja ko wasiki no fente me alon ko as a funding ke jama wakilindi pour kasi banko kanjang itela live risk la kata I mean nyimbaku ya fo wila ning UDP masakuna nata fo yamira is there any possibility through Gambia funding ke opportunity so the amount of money ke jo menna in Spain pour ka doko do Spain nyara doko nyul so nyimbanko kanjang, and you know that is going to give them healthy account. And then we all know when you have a healthy account, your account can also do nil after katama dunia dawdran our collable. What is your take?
Well, bayo yajile woman kolya bake bayo because mansakunda ta mo be to employ la no. Most of mansakunda mi alonko is a tax-based mansakunda, tax-based economy. Aka tamaram bulol be to beloring namu lebal. Aka namu min koleku bi chaliwa fila masilo kang tuan janla masilo kang fuko jaya wa fila masilo kang ito wo lala no nyo kang komite kan balu sifa min fo yadi no la banko dum la ko la bake bar isa mine keno mimu UDP la programmes iko investment ka investol atrake na banko kambayo factory le na banko kambayo diaspora UDP science and the diaspora policy framework le bondi ka diaspora ko je ke investors ne nyimbankunka bayo bi ne kombo sa jibe duto min doron ka tinya kombo sa duto ite ka moto jelle je min yalun ka bono Senegal la nyim bodal to ka duto sarchen na jang ka limnol sarchen na jang ka findi ka samba Senegal. Imagine bi ni diaspora ko fula saba soto nani million ko they will invest kaje ko mi factory loja mi yalun ka be nyin dutol de dal bayo duta katilal be duta kat mol so la mi yalun ko be employ la duta kato ibe molto la min yalon ko transportation ka move from akatire dami kata factory to min fana be employ la wo drivers ibe molto la min yalon ko be factory be dutol kula ka ku janna be process wo me another employment ibe molto la min yalon ko employment sector to ba kul mol nyini ngani commercial min yalon ko be factory to do kula factory ka do ke through parts employment every employment has its part so ibaje le bi ko mo sable employment no bi people in the diaspora from both solve the government manje and they are going to pay them huge. Government finance a more militano do kola. Government finance bajela is all finance jono a reasonable amount la. Bayo na mo leben kol kan jande longa bunda ele ganana.
Okay. Yes. So mading ambe kaya mbala naron bari komen na fale nyamen be wato londila especially na UDP United Democratic Party the Gambia official page be nyong kachal kelejele tenen Lamin Mane Junior aning Haji Swane aning Honorable Alaji Mahmoud Kurang aning Modul Melealonko na Alpha Lemuti nive nyong kachal sotolale abakala a very continuous program abakala woliti na bilan drum and now start but inshallah nyong kajabe kelale na lonne so kutale la jamato bal bitum baring bangu kolam walati nam fanan kon sinaja ni sutante don nali montro wadi kilin kacha o montro wadi kilin kacha la nyindi ya molam akolata to modo ka polul fo asakeno wol manke sawabo di bal bitum yalon ne koku yalon ko o manga sawabo to alalon ko ya na soloti bal bitum jan zekumo la bangula la bi male jinio ko bulu especially about this youth and employment and the more like Joe Kenya kama. For nyara mulka Joe Siva men sort in Spain nyara boko Joe Siva sort jam. For wose ning bakwe ning asake fende me anan ko sakana no bang. You know, lamin bo fono bola.
So bayo alkanyi mi fana jete maybe ka foko mi ka Joe soto in Spain so Siva so you don't need it. Jang. You you quote a code according to your size. Nim baluo da jita. Ni taka 10,000 ne soto bi $10,000. Ni baluo da jindi. Man boto ka soto maybe 1,500 or so. Milbe luaso da jita to a reasonable price. Ikela mano soto noje maybe ka 2,000, 3,000 land no. Pour next month. Woma mani mo fana sasara da be jita. You don't need maybe European salary. Because near the Europe be more powerful Europe. Europe near the kejo kodi jama baka because of ingo kana do fanan table through the tax lel. And we lo iko kodo fana ika min soto ikanila bolwole sumang. This is why more cafe Europe de kolan ika jo high price le nyaonya because of ika kodo min receive commensurate with ila balu ika baluol minke. Ila bunjol ila baluol ni olbe bondi.
Yeah, exactly. Amount. It might not be it might not be about money, but ila baluo Kenya because in Europe near Joe, ila baluo, ila sturo, I mean, it avoids you from getting involved into any corrupt act or so. And
exactly.
Yeah, you can able to build a house, for yourself. You can able to have your own car to drive. You can able to. So Kabalu also on the John because we maybe in Dunia just Kabalu le follow women
Yeah.
So I mean, your final word to the people.
Yeah, so Simon Minkela, Namira, UDP ala policy social and programs, Milialonko, Funninkela Carola. And Sinanoja maybe some or any other day. We discuss maybe one policy, even diaspora policy, but we can still communicate to the point that Molmini Alonko sign it Babudu. How can they invest Nimbang Kunkang Kotek? Ni UDP Mansakundana. There are a lot of things that are embedded in those policies. Milialonko say continue no kacha at all platforms. So that we molmini alon ko be diaspora isa huje komi UDP e jelo komi partners in development not komi party le ka fe nyami ATM machine malafi kala wot. So without that finance ku jamal kachano mi alon ko e party wole soto as far as this election is concerned. So but while me mol tentu lambe jela ba ke mi alon ko ni suto be bel fe jang ay la comment section kono they are also part of the engagement with Safir Jamal Laji ke tendu ke te fanan tentu bayo barka ba ke pour kan soto jam.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah,